Vite is a really fast build tool and a development server that you can use to create your front-end websites. Let me show you how to use it. So we will need Node.js installed for this because you will be using npm package manager. So if you do not have that, just install it. Then use this command npm create vite latest. Now you can use / to create the project in the folder that you are already in, or use a name to create a folder with that name and it will set up the project inside of that folder. Then just press enter and it will ask you if you want to use any framework like React, but we will use vanilla JavaScript for now. Then it will ask you if you want to use TypeScript or plain JavaScript. We will select plain JavaScript. Then it will ask if you want to use roll down Vite. Roll down is another bundler which is faster than the Vite's default bundler, and it's experimental, so let's just skip it. Then it will ask you to install all the packages, so just press yes and it will set up the project and install all the dependencies. And after the installation, it will just start the development server on the local host. Let's close the server and let me show you how you can start the server yourself. So you can use npm run dev to start the development server. Now let's see what we have on the local host. So by default we have a simple counter on our website. Now let me show you how to work with this project setup, because it is a little different than how you would do it normally. So if we see the index.html page, you will see that it has something like a React project, like a div with an app ID, and we are loading JavaScript below it, and that JavaScript is adding all the elements on the page. But it doesn't have to be like that. Like, you do not have to use JavaScript to add the elements. You can add the elements right here in the HTML. So we will just remove this app div and let's see what we have in the source folder. So in the source folder we have main.js, and as you can see we are loading style sheet here in the JavaScript instead of the HTML. So this is how you can load CSS in this project. You have to use it in JavaScript. So let's remove all of this except for the style sheet, and we'll also remove the counter.js, which is handling the counters logic. So this is how you use JavaScript in a style sheet in this project setup. Now let me show you how you can create another page, for example about.html. In the about page we'll create a boilerplate and give a link here in the index page. So now let's see in the browser. On the index page we have this link, we can click and we have the about page here. So that's how you add another page if you want to. Now if you want to write JavaScript for this about page, you can use the main.js, or if you want to keep it separate, you can just create another JavaScript file for it. Let's say about.js. Let's just console.log for now. Then just use the style sheet JavaScript here, and on the page, as you can see, we have the console.log here. Now let's see how you can use things like scss, Three.js, gsap, or any such dependencies for your project. So let's see scss first. So we will install it using npm, then change the style sheet extension to scss. Let's just give a simple background color to the body. Then all you need to do is just import the scss file in your JavaScript file, just like a normal CSS file. Vite will handle the compilation of scss to css automatically. And that's how you can use scss. Let's also see lenis and gsap. so we will install both using npm. Then to use it, you just need to import it and then set up the lenis code for smooth scrolling. And let me just add some content here so we can scroll a little bit. And there we have the smooth scrolling. Similarly, you can import the gsap and use it how you would normally. Now after you have completed your project, you need to run the build process to bundle everything. And to do that, we use the npm run build command. Now if you have just one page, which is the index page, you can just run the build command and it will work just fine. But if you have multiple pages like we have here, you need to tell vite to include them in the build. If you don't do that, it will only include the index file and skip any other pages that you have. So to include multiple pages, you need a vite.config.js file. Then import define config. Then add an export default line and call the define config function. So its return value is exported and vite can use it. Now you can pass your configuration object to this function. To add multiple pages, you need this bit of code. We want to configure the build process, so build, then use rollup options to configure the rollup bundler. And here you need the input option. Here you can define all your entry points. Entry points are basically your pages. So we have a main entry point, then the path to the HTML file. We'll use resolve to get an absolute path, and we'll do the same for about page as well. And that's all we need to do. Now we can just run the build process and it will bundle all our pages in the dist folder. You can preview this bundled website using npm run preview, and it will start a server that serves your bundled website. And that's it for the basics of vite and how to work with this project setup.